How are you today? I want to welcome you at my live stream. As usual, we are meeting on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Budapest time. So tell me where you are at the moment and how are you today? So far, I want to check that everything is fine and I'm live and you can see me well. So just a second. Tell me how you are, what are you up to, and if you are ready to learn something new today. Right, so I hope that everything is fine. Okay, good. I am live. Everything is good. Everything is great. How are you today? Where are you today? What time is it where you are? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. So far, while you're joining, I want to say that today we are going to learn the difference. Oh, wow. Only now I mentioned, I noticed that I wrote 12 confusing nouns in English. Well, but yeah, it's okay because it's lesson 1. There are going to be 2 lessons in this series. So in total, we are going to cover 12 confusing nouns, but today we will only talk about 6 confusing nouns. They are job and work, story and history, journey and trip. I know that many students find these confusing because there are also like some exceptions and so on. Chocolate Edits. Hi, how are you? How are you today? How is it going for you? How do you feel? Tell me, are you ready to learn something new? Are you ready to practice with me today? What are you up to? Okay, waiting for your replies. Currently, I do live in Budapest. So I'm in Budapest and the weather is actually getting better and better. This is funny because in the morning it was gloomy, rainy, but now it's like sunny and 20 degrees. Wow. So, how are you today? Where are you? What time is it now? Share with me. Let's start chatting. Let's get to know each other. By the way, if you don't know me, my name is Tanya. I am an English teacher and I've been lately, I think starting April, I've been giving live lessons on YouTube channel once a week. But sometimes I give them twice a week. Like this week, we're going to have 2 live streams because we are going to cover this topic, 12 confusing nouns in English. 12 confusing nouns in English. Okay. All right. Also, before we start, I want to say that sometimes, I don't know why, but sometimes my software doesn't want to connect to the presentation. And so sometimes I'm going to switch to some other photo and then I will come back. Because yes, sometimes it just loses its connection. Have no idea why. So, our lesson today will go the following way. First, we are going to work on identifying what these pairs of words mean separately. So as you can see, part 1 is all about job and work. You are going to read a dialogue and then I'm going to ask you some questions so that you can tell me what the difference is between 2 words in a pair. Then you will have a short quiz after each chapter. And after that, at the end of our live stream, I'm going to give you a short quiz. I hope that it sounds good. Hello. I will try to say your name correctly. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Dimitru. Is that correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. I really want to say your names in a right way, in a good way. Right. So let's start with job and work. That is our pair 1. And here is the dialogue. Here is the dialogue between two friends, Maya and Liam. Good. Here is the dialogue between Maya and Liam. Maybe they are colleagues, so let's read the dialogue. I'm going to read the dialogue for you. And as you can see, I already highlighted the necessary words that we are going to cover today. So, hey, how's the new job going? It's good. I started last week as a graphic designer at the startup downtown. Nice. Do you like the work you're doing? Yeah, the work is creative, but there's a lot of it. I've been staying late almost every day. Oof, sounds like hard work, but at least it's a job you enjoy. Okay, so I have prepared questions for you. What is Liam's job? What is Liam's job? It's very important to answer to these questions, to the following questions, because then we will understand the difference between these two words, job and work. Even though sometimes the questions may seem very easy. But what is Liam's job? What does he do? Well, usually when we meet people and we ask them about their jobs, we actually ask the question, what do you do, right? What do you do for a living? But what's Liam's job? Graphic designer. That's right. That's right. He's a graphic designer. Okay, next question. What kind of work is he doing? What kind of work is he doing? You see, that might be a bit tricky now because we cannot say a graphic designer to the second question. So, what kind of work is he doing? Waiting for your answers. Okay. What kind of work is he doing? All right. Good, good, good. So his job is a graphic designer, but what kind of work is he doing? Okay. Okay, I will help you with this one. So, what kind of work is he doing? His work is creative, right? And for Maya, it sounds hard work, sounds like hard work because he's been staying late. So, his work is creative. His work is creative. Okay, next question. Can we count job and can we count work? Can we say job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs? Or can we say 1 work, 2 works, 3 works? Is it possible to count job and count work? Let me know. Because it is also the mistake that I quite often hear when students say it, and it's okay. It can be confusing because maybe this difference doesn't exist in your native language. For example, in my native language, there is no difference. Like you say one word for both of these words in English. So that's why it's very important to understand it. So job Can we count it? Yes or no? Let me know. Data. Hi, Data. I'm doing good, thank you. So we are currently answering on the last question. Can we count job and can we count work? Let's find out. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Countable, but which one? Job is countable or work? Or both of them are countable? You think both of them are countable? I guess so. All right. Now let me show you the difference. So job, sorry, you cannot see it because of me. But the first one is job. So job is your position. It's your occupation. It's a countable noun and you can have a job or many jobs in your life. Yes, Data, that's correct. Jobs, but not work. That's right. So yeah, we can count job. For example, I have a job as a software engineer. You see, there is like an article. Oh, after I lost my job, I spent 2 months looking for a new one. You see? Okay. So also we can look for a job, find a job, get a job. Let me send it to you in the chat. Here we can look for a job, find a job, and get a job. I will pin it so far. Okay, good. Now on to work. Again, you cannot see it because of me. I'm so sorry. Work refers to the activity, the effort, what you do either in your job or other areas of life, and it is uncountable. Right? So we can say I have a lot of work to do this weekend, and it doesn't mean that it is not necessarily connected to your job, right? Maybe you have a lot of work to do around the house, or like some other things about your life. So work is not necessarily connected to job. Yeah. Or, for example, she's been doing freelance work from home. Well, that is already connected to job, but her job is a freelancer and she does freelance work. And there are some set expressions with work. So we say at work when we mean at your workplace. I'm also going to send it to you in just a second. We can say at work, or we say get to work, come back from work, hard work, or do all the work. As you can see, there are some set expressions, and I am one of those teachers who highly recommends remembering words, even if they're not new to you. I highly recommend remembering set phrases and set expressions. Even though they may sound easy, please do so, because if you remember them as set expressions, as phrases, then later you actually let yourself and let your brain not do hard work, like especially when you speak, Yeah. But I have to tell you that work can also be plural. Work can also be plural. And we do use works in some specific cases. When we talk about some piece of art, some painting, a book, a piece of music. So when it is connected with, it's like a creation. Yeah. Then we can say works, but then it is usually in the set expression, the works of. For example, the works of Shakespeare, the works of Picasso, public works projects. So you see, when you use it in the expression the works of, and of course you can modify it with different adjectives, it's okay. But in the expression the works of, you can say it in a plural form if you mean some creation. Okay, now let me answer your questions. Do you remember my nickname? I can see only data. I have an IELTS speaking examination on the 22nd of May. Oh, wow, okay. I want you to stay calm. I know that the most stressful part is speaking, so before you enter, breathe in, breathe out, and do your best. Why we don't use at the work? Because work is uncountable. Yeah, we can only say the works of in this expression, but generally at work is also treated as a set expression, and remember it as a set expression at work and at home, by the way. At work, at home. The works of a researcher then, because researcher is a countable noun, so we need an article. I know that articles are tricky, but think about the noun, and if you can count it, and if it is singular and it's not some exact researcher you are talking about, then the works of a researcher. Okay, now here is a task for you. Just for you to remember the difference between job and work. I put it here on the screen, but here's a short quiz. Can you fill in the gap with either job or work? So I'm waiting for your answers in the chat. So, after I lost my beep, I spent 2 months looking for a new one. I'm going to take a sip of water while waiting for your answers. Okay. So, what do we need here? Job or work? We have one answer, that's job, okay. I'm waiting for everyone to commit. After I lost my job. Sylvain, I hope that I'm reading it correctly. Sylvain. Hello, welcome to the lesson, welcome to the chat. After I lost my job. Okay. Will we get more answers? Job, good. Yes, after I lost my job, I spent 2 months looking for a new one. Yes, you are right. Bravo, well done. Yeah. Can you share your live stream program? Of course. So today we are talking about confusing words in the English language, and in total we are going to cover within 2 live streams. We are going to cover 12 confusing nouns in the English language, but today we are talking only about 6 of them. They are job and work. We have already finished with that. Next one is story and history, and the last one is journey and trip. So now we're going to focus on story and history. Story and history. Okay. Right, so here is the dialogue. Hello teacher, it's the first time I see you. Well, welcome to the live stream and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tanya. I'm trying to stay calm. However, the nervousness makes me more anxious, I guess. Of course, it's understandable. Because it's a nervous situation. But I'm sure that you will do well. So I'm quite sure about it. Okay, so I want your live stream schedule. Okay, so usually I have live streams every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Budapest time. This week we're going to have 2 live streams because this topic, I have divided this topic into 2 lessons. So next one is going to be this Thursday at 5 p.m. All right, now on to story and history. On to story and history. Let me read out the dialogue for you. Hey, what are you reading? It's a book about the history of the Second World War. Oh, serious stuff. Yeah, it explains the real events, battles, politics, everything. Sounds intense. I prefer stories like novels or short stories. Me too, but sometimes I like learning about real things that actually happened. Now, on to my questions to clarify the difference between story and history. Right. Which word, story or history, is about real events? Which one is about real events? Let me know in the comments. Which word do you think is about real events? Is it story? Is it history? What are your thoughts? Real events. No, story or history. Which word? Which word? Real events, history. Sorry, yeah, the question, it seems like the question was quite confusing. Yeah, I meant the word story or history is about real events. Hello, Uday. I hope I said it right. Okay, about real events, history. Yes, about real events, history. Okay, next question. Can a story be real too? Can a story be real too? Yes, sorry about the first question. I guess it was confusing. So when we talk about history, the word history, we usually mean real events. But can a story be real too? Can a story be real? And then in which case? Or in what case? Can a story be real? Yeah. I guess I needed to show like 2 questions at once because now I think it's clearer. So can a story be real too? Yes or no? What are your thoughts? I prefer stories like novels or short stories. Noir, I guess. Hello. We are talking about the difference between the words story and history. Yes, for instance, an autobiography, the news. That's right. A story can be real too, especially like when we share personal experiences. That's correct. Okay. Well, then, is history usually about one person or many events? I see the comment actually happened. Well, both story and history have a chance. History is 100% that it actually happened. But story has a chance of being real when we share personal experiences. Yeah. Yeah, history is about many events. Many events. To be honest, it depends on the knowledge because sometimes stories are imagination and biography. That's true. That's true. So now let's go on to the definition what story is and what history is. So, story is a narrative, real or imagined, and it is told for entertainment or share personal experiences. Either entertainment or share personal experiences. But history is the record or study of real events in the past, usually official, factual, and formal. That is the main difference. Story is a narrative for entertainment, and history is the record of real events. That is the main difference. Both of them can be real, but history is always real, and story a story can be imagined. Story can be imagined. All right, now on to a short quiz for you. On to the short quiz for you. Okay, so your task is to fill in the gap with one of the words, story or history. Grandma told us about her childhood. Grandma told us about her childhood. Yes, Grandma told us a story about her childhood. That's right. So I see one answer as history. So I'm going to add this quick tip here. Like that. Like that. If it's meant to entertain or express personal experience, it's probably a story. If it is about real documented events, it's history. It's history. Yes, yes. I also see here, I think history is not always real. Well, as we know for a fact, that we don't know history for a fact, you know, because it depends on, let's say it depends on the government that we have, because there is a tendency of changing history in books. Unfortunately, this is true. Yes, this is true. But we are not talking about some illegal actions, let's say so. We are talking about just the definition. And in an ideal world, history is the record of real events. Do you have a cat? I don't have a cat, but if you heard some claws on the floor, that was my dog. And I need to trim his nails. I need to trim his nails, yes. All right, there are also set expressions with story and history. I'm also going to upload them to the chat. So we can tell a story, write a story, listen to a story, study history, read history books, and make history. Pay attention that story is a countable noun. That's why we always need not preposition, sorry. We always need an article. Tell a story, write a story, listen to a story. History is an uncountable noun. So study history, read history books. In the second one, history acts as an adjective, and then make history. Keep that in mind. Of course, if there is some set expression with the word story and it doesn't have an article, that is done for a purpose. But generally, if you talk about story in this meaning, we need an article. So keep that in mind. History is a wide and massive mountain. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But we don't know if our history that we know now is true. That's tricky and philosophical. We are not here for that. And the next pair of words is journey and trip. Journey and trip. Journey is quite a tricky word to pronounce. I know that for a fact. Journey, journey. It's a long sound. It's a journey, journey. Yeah. So on to the dialogue. Yes, last two. How was your vacation? Great. We took a short trip to Portugal last weekend. Wow, that sounds nice. Yeah, but the flight was delayed and then we lost our luggage. The journey there was a nightmare. Yikes. At least the trip itself was fun. So, again, what was the trip? What was the trip? What was the trip? Pum pum pum. And the trip was... Okay, where to? Where to was this trip? Where to was the... Portugal. Portugal. Mind the spelling of Portugal. Portugal. Yes, that's right. That's right. They went to Portugal. Okay. What part was the journey? What part was the journey? Trip was to Portugal. And what part was the journey? Good, good. Now on to the next word and that is journey. What part was the journey? And the journey was... Oh, okay, delay was included in the journey, yes. Okay, this delay because they they had to stay at the airport. And the journey was nightmare, yes. But not how they described the journey. So they had a trip to Portugal. That's the whole process, right? Going there, staying there, going back. But which part of this whole process is the journey? Which part of this whole process is the journey? The delay of the flight, for sure. Yes, that's right. Everything since the departure, good, and the arrival. So trip is a travel experience with a specific purpose and time frame, usually short. So trip is a short travel. This is like everything. Yeah, for example, when I say that in April I had a trip to Italy, I mean like all 4 days that I stayed there. Yeah, like all this, I would say, my trip. It was short. So short travel is a trip. Now, what is a journey? So a journey is longer or more complex travel experience. And it often refers to the process and not just the destination. You see? So, if now I don't work at the office, right? I'm a freelancer, I'm a freelance teacher, and I work from home. But if I worked at school and I needed to go there, I would describe this process of going from my apartment to that school as a journey. So every day, imagine that I work there, it's true for now, so I will say it in present simple in order to avoid any confusion. Every day, my journey to school takes 20 minutes. You see, like this is my travel experience, this is my process of going from point A to point B. Okay. And a trip is this short travel experience in some place. I hope you understood it. I don't know, send me thumbs up or tell yes, I got it. I don't know. give me a sign, please, that you understood it. Give me the sign. Waiting for the sign. Waiting for the sign. While you're telling me, I can give you some more examples. So with the word trip, for example, we took a weekend trip to the countryside. Yeah, I mean like all 2 days. A weekend trip. He's on a business trip in Singapore. So now he's there and this business trip is quite short. That's about the destination. Okay. Her journey across Asia lasted 6 months. It is longer. It involves experience and process. We have this process lasted 6 months. And the journey to recovery was long and emotional. Now that's a tricky example because sometimes we can use journey metaphorically. We can use it for our other journeys, not like going somewhere, but in the meaning of experience. For example, my journey to becoming fluent in English has been full of ups and downs. My journey to becoming fluent in English has been full of ups and downs. Okay. Good. Hi, Mohammed. Why are you always happy? I don't know. I always smile. Made a long journey. Okay, good. Yeah. So as you can see, journey, with the word journey, you can use the word journey to also describe your experience. Yeah, your experience as well. Not only about travel, but your life experience. You know, there is like my mental journey, my physical journey to a perfect body, something like that. So that's metaphorically. Now it's time for you to complete this short quiz. Oh, okay. This is interesting. The first time that it happened. Now I need to give me a second. I will reconnect my. Just a second. Oh no. I cannot. Oh, okay, save. I think everything is fine now. Item. Good. And I am back. Good. All right. Now, it's time for you to complete this short quiz. Across Asia. I think I gave you this example, but it's okay. Maybe you have forgotten. Let's check. So, her trip or journey across Asia lasted 6 months. Long journey expand knowledge about culture diversity. Well, journey is a singular noun, so you need to change the verb. Long journey expands knowledge about culture diversity. I have a mental journey. Okay, okay. Journey is right, journey. And you are right. Oh no! Again, my my presentation doesn't want to connect now. I don't know why, but it's fine. I'm going to reconnect it again. So, yeah, just give me a second, like that, and I'm going back. And yeah, so her journey across Asia lasted 6 months. We show experience here. Yeah, we don't have like exact destination. We have like the whole continent. And also we have the period of 6 months. So yeah. Okay, now it's quiz time. It's quiz time. So this time too many times. 6 months is a long period. Yes, it is a long period, but I know many people who actually took like 3, 4, 5, 6 months, even a year off, to travel. So it's fine. Yeah. Okay, so it's quiz time, and you will see the sentence like that, and you will see the words. You will have to read the sentence and choose one of the words to fill in the gap. Let's go. So the first sentence, I am exhausted. I've done so much today. I'm exhausted. I've done so much today. So what has this person done that they feel exhausted? Work, okay. We have one answer, work, 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 and you are right. This is work. Perfect, perfect. Then straight to the next one. He told a funny beep about getting locked out of his house. He told a funny beep about getting locked out of his house. Yeah, you all gave correct answers. Bravo. Well done. Well done. Number 2. Is it a story or history? Story or history? Story, story, story. And more answers? No? Okay, yes. He told a funny story about getting locked out of his house. I don't know how funny it is to be locked out of your house. I wouldn't want this. All right, number 3. Number 3, we went on a 3-day business something to Paris. We went on a 3-day business something to Paris. Story, story. Yes, that's right. So we went on a 3-day something to Paris. What is it? Is it journey or trip? Is it journey or trip? Trip. Trip. Trip, trip. Trip, trip. Good, trip. And that's of course. We went on a 3-day business trip to Paris. Good. Sentence 4. Sentence 4. I have beep as a software engineer. I have beep as a software engineer. What is your answer? Okay. I have a beep. Job, good, job. I think I'm getting like answers from 3 people really fast, but then like I wait, switch to the next sentence and get other replies. All right. Just in case it's not me, I guess it's the internet. Blame it on the internet, please. Job. Yes, I have a job. Good. As a software engineer. Perfect. And I think that's the last one. The beep to recovery was long and emotional. The beep to recovery was long and emotional. What can it be? Journey or trip? I noticed that I have forgotten to put a full stop here. But it's all right, I hope. The beep to recovery was long and emotional. Where do you live? I live in Budapest. Journey, journey, journey. Good, good. Yes. That's right. The journey to recovery was long and emotional. Oh, and here we have a full stop. The journey to recovery was long and emotional. Yes, yes. Well done, you. Well done, you. Yes, bravo. I'm really, really proud of you. I hope that you are too. Yeah, yeah. Yes, so I see like the first three people reply so fast, but I think that's the internet. So that's it. So today we have covered 6 words: job and work, story and history, journey and trip. Journey and trip. I hope that you enjoyed today's live stream. Next live stream is going to be this week on Thursday, same time at 5 p.m. I know that Vishnu is going to have IELTS, so we are going to sit there and root for you. And with all the rest, we're going to cover 6 more words, 3 more pairs of confusing nouns in English. So, yeah, like this live stream, share it with your friends, and I will see you on Thursday. GMT, oh my god, please. I don't. Now you will think of me as a fool, but I don't understand like GMT, EST. I don't know why it's hard. So there is a website, World Time Buddy. You can go there. You can go there, put your city and Budapest, and look at the time, like 5 p.m. Budapest time, and like compare and see what time it is going to be in your city or in your country. Yeah, because for me it's so difficult. I use it every time. Yeah. You're so cute. Thank you so much. Any suggestions for me? Ooh. I would advise you to do your favorite thing that relaxes you. And remember that, oh yeah, this is advice that I give to everyone who is going to take IELTS. Remember that examiners there are to help you. They are not against you. They are actually your friends. And when they ask you follow-up questions, it's not because they are not confident in you, or they want to fail you. It's actually the other way around. If they ask follow-up questions, they want to help you to give a better answer. So remember that. They are there to help you. They're not against you. Yeah. Okay, London hour. I think I'm ahead of London, but I don't know. Yeah. Okay, that's it. See you on Thursday, 5 p.m. Budapest time.